Spanish accents. Hola, bienvenidos a Spanish with Ady. Today we're going to talk about acentos or tildes. Acentos or tildes are accent marks en español. Let's start. Accents are marks that are used in Spanish. They always go on a vowel. Remember the vowels or vocales are a, e, I, o, u. You can also see an accent mark over the letter N. You see a squiggly line over it to form the letter ñ. Accent marks are also called tildes. There are 3 important rules that are going to help you understand when to place a tilde. Número 1. When the word ends in a vowel, the letter N or S, then the natural stress of the word falls on the next to the last syllable. So what does this mean? Let's look, for example, at the word mariposa. Mariposa means butterfly. The word mariposa here is divided into syllables. Ma-ri-po-sa. Mariposa follows rule number 1 because the natural stress of the word falls on the next to the last syllable. The last syllable is sa and the next to the last syllable is po. I capitalize po so that you can see that's where the stress goes. Mariposa ends with a vowel, the letter A, and because this word follows rule number 1, we do not need to add a tilde. Let's look at another example. For instance, the word plátano. The word plátano ends in a vowel, but it doesn't follow rule number 1 because the stress falls on the first syllable, and it should fall on the next to the last syllable. For this reason, we add a tilde where the stress falls. Let's talk about rule número 2. Rule number 2 says that if the word ends in anything else, then the natural stress falls on the last syllable. The word escuchar doesn't end with the letter N or S or in a vowel. It ends with a different consonant. For that reason, escuchar follows rule number 2. In the word escuchar, the stress falls on the last syllable. The word escuchar follows rule number 2. For that reason, we do not need to add a tilde. Let's look at another example. The word césped. Césped means grass, and césped ends with the letter D, and the stress falls on the first syllable, ces. For that reason, césped doesn't follow rule número 2, because the stress should fall on the last syllable. For this reason, we add a tilde to the letter I in the word césped. These are the 3 rules that you want to remember. Número 1, if a word ends in a vowel, N or S, then the natural stress falls on the next to the last syllable. Número 2, if the word ends in anything else, that means any other consonant that's not N or S, then the natural stress falls on the last syllable. Número 3, any exception to the above rules must have a written accent. Let's use the word simpática. Simpática means nice. We can say she is nice. Ella es simpática. Let's divide the word simpática into syllables. Sim, pa, ti, ca. The word simpática ends with the letter A. Rule number 1 says that if the word ends with the letter A, the stress should fall on the next to the last syllable. In this case, the stress falls on the second syllable, not on the next to the last syllable. For that reason, we need to add a tilde. Ahora vamos a practicar. Your mission is to decide if the word needs a tilde or not. The word bolígrafo. Bolígrafo means pen, and here I have the word bolígrafo divided into syllables. Also notice that the stress falls on the second syllable. To tilde or not to tilde. We need to add a tilde in the letter I, and the reason is because bolígrafo follows rule number 1 in the fact that ends with the letter O, but it doesn't follow the rule completely because the stress should fall on the next to the last syllable. Are you ready for the next word? Pelota. To tilde or not to tilde. The word pelota follows rule number 1, so we do not need to add a tilde. Here we have another word. The word is mujer. Mujer means woman, and the stress falls on the last syllable. The word mujer ends with the letter R, so to tilde or not to tilde. We do not need to add a tilde because the word mujer follows rule number 2. Buen trabajo. One more thing. I want you to remember that written accents are also used to differentiate between words that are pronounced the same but have different meanings. For instance, in this case, the word sí without a tilde means if. The word sí with a tilde means yes. Gracias. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Nos vemos en la próxima lección.